my teammate Spandan, and we are team Alisians. We built this project just a day back. So we were working on something entirely different, and like yesterday we had a conversation with the Zero G Labs mentors, and we came up with this idea. So yes, let's start with the presentation.
So the platform which we have built is called Opticks. This is a very hyping landing page, the AI-driven platform for developers, but it's actually quite simple. So as you can see, these are just basic things that we are already achieving as developers using normal AI applications, describing your smart contracts, generating readings, generating writing tests and all of this. We'll just put this in one place, providing a better interface and a faster way for doing all these things using Zero G Labs for generating the AI responses. But I'm going to skip over this because this is not the main thing. As you can see, there are three parts. The contract tools, which are just these basic things which we all already use. Besides that, the hits on chain is what I'm most interested in sharing with you guys. So the hits algorithm, I'll try to keep this simple. It's actually very nerdy. It's just where we have a network. Here we are using all the transactions on a blockchain to create a network. As you can see, this is a small example of my personal wallet's transactions on the Ethereum mainnet. This will be really extensive and expensive if we were to actually graph out all of the transactions on any mainnet. So we use the hits algorithm to decide which contracts are valuable and which users are valuable. Now, what do we mean by valuable? So valuable means contracts which are trustworthy and users that are doing a lot of transactions on contracts that are trustworthy instead of just random contracts. This is very similar to Google's PageRank algorithm, which they used back in the day to rank web pages. We are using them to rank users and contracts. Now, how is this useful at all? So, this is, I think, the best use case. I have the best meeting point for all of you, but how do I know who my audience is? How do I market this to the right people? Well, that's where Zero G comes into play. So, we are integrating with Zero G to figure out what type of contract a particular contract is. So basically using a blockchain explorer, most popular contracts have their contracts public, so we can use it to figure out what type of contract it is. Like, is it a meme coin? Is it a swap? Is it a DeFi protocol? Is it a lending protocol? And by figuring that out, we can know what type of platforms a particular user is interested in. So figuring that out is really important, as now I know if I give it any mainnet and ask it to rank all the users for me who would be interested in my particular meme coin, it would be able to do that. It would give me all the addresses with DNS of all the users that are valuable for my particular marketing use case. So Zero G is used in the contract tools, describing read generation tests and all. Besides that, for tagging these contracts, as I said, we need to figure out what the particular contract is for. So that's where Zero G is coming into play. And we also wanted to use Zero G storage SDK for caching the entire network. We can't access everyone's transactions every single time, but this is not something we've already managed to do. So again, use cases, contract tools. Come on, we all use these. We all are already using these. We just put them in one place. Hits on chain, again, used for marketing. Like meme coin marketing, any form of marketing, creating trust score of a contract, like okay, this contract is actually trustworthy, not just a random scammy contract, hopefully. And user value, so how valuable a user is. Should we focus our marketing towards this particular user? The pair programming part, the third one, it's actually incomplete, but that was where we were supposed to have a voice assistant guiding us through smart contract developments for our personal learning and the learning part of smart contract development, staying on theme with the team onboard. We wanted to onboard developers, so that's why we had the learning part there as well. There's one thing for the future scope, we want to integrate payments. We are not making the user pay for this at all. This is all free, so we'll of course need to figure that out so that we don't just get this for free. We need some form of payment. We also need multi-contract context, like in the first contract tools, we just had one single contract for which you could ask questions and get help. We need a context of multiple contracts. We have to integrate storage, as I explained, for caching the networks, and a querying API. Besides that, thank you all. Do you have any questions for us? No questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much for